Hello everyone, how are you all? Welcome to the Daily Current Affairs. July 15th, we observe World Youth Skills Day, and the theme for the World Youth Skills Day is Reimagining Youth Skills Post Pandemic. And especially this day is observed by the United Nations. From the year 2015, this day is observed by the United Nations General Assembly, and the World Youth Skills Day is declared by UNGA. And these days designated uh, dedicated to the importance of the equipping young people with the essential skills for their employment and for their work and their for entrepreneurship skills. Next one, Union Minister Piyush Goyal was appointed as the leader of the house in the Rajya Sabha. Previously the leader of the house is under Tawarchand Gehlot. Now he is transferred to the as a governor of Karnataka. When the Tawarchand Gehlot is the leader of the house, Piyush Goyal is served as a deputy leader in the Rajya Sabha. Under the Piyush Goyal, there are three ministries. They are Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, and the Ministry of Textiles. Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the Parliament of India. Next one. Whereas the Lok Sabha is the lower house of the Parliament of India. Next one. Cabinet approves Memorandum of Understanding between India and Denmark on cooperation in the field of health and medicine. Yeah, this MOU will strengthen the bilateral ties between the India and the Denmark, especially in the field of health and medicine. And this MOU is signed between the India's Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and the Ministry of Health of Denmark. Especially, this MOU is signed to strengthen the bilateral ties of India and Denmark. And the capital of Denmark is Copenhagen, and the currency of Denmark is Danish krone. Next one. Union Cabinet approved an MOU between India and Russia regarding cooperation on coking coal. Here, coking coal is a very useful, and it is the important raw material in steel making. Whereas the India depends about 85% of the coking coal which imports from the other countries. The India imports from the other countries like Australia, South Africa, Canada, and the USA. Where these countries are far away from our country, the transportation and the transportation charges and the extra charges will be more. So the by making this MOU with the Russia, as it is as the Russia is beside of our country and it is not far away than other countries, so we can reduce the cost of the steel production as per tons. And this MOU will also strengthen the cooperation between the India and Russia in the steel sector. Here, coking coal is a type of grade of a coal which is used to produce of the coke, good quality coke. Which means coke is a how to say, coke is a fuel which is used in the blast furnace where it is made from the coal, and it is useful in the metrology purpose, and it is very useful in the steel making. And the president of Russia is Vladimir Putin, and the capital of Russia is Moscow. Next one. RBI launches RBI Retail Direct scheme. RBI Retail Direct to retail investors. This RBI Retail Direct is useful for the individual investors to invest in the government securities by their own selves. It is a facility provided by the Reserve Bank of India. And RBI also allows for the individual investors to open the gilt accounts, where the gilt accounts means which it is an account opened and maintained only for holding the government securities. Like as a demat account, uh, we open to hold the shares of in the stock market of a company. And the governor of the Reserve Bank of India is Shaktikant Das, and it is headquartered at Mumbai. Next one, Karnataka introduces Karnataka Electric Bike Taxi Scheme 2021. Here, the initiative of Karnataka Electric Bike Taxi will give it will give a employment. Sorry, will it will this scheme will this scheme will give a self employment, and this scheme will also is useful as an eco-friendly environment, and it helps in the fuel conservations, and it also brings down the pollution because this is a electric bike taxi, and it also uh, reduce the people who depend upon their private vehicles. And the main objective of this initiative is that to reduce the time travel of the public who move to the bus stands or the railway stations or the metro stations, and etc. And as it is a eco-friendly, and it is also reduce the pollution. And the Karnataka government also given the several exemptions for this, like permits tax, and also it is given the financial benefits for the manufacturers of the electric vehicles. And the chief minister of Karnataka is Yediyurappa, and the governor is Tawarchand Gehlot. Previously, Tawarchand Gehlot is served as a cabinet minister for social justice and empowerment. Next one, Singapore unveils one of the world's largest floating solar panel farms, where it spreads an area of which is equal to the 45 football fields. And by this largest floating solar panel, it also produces the enough energy to power the island's 5 water treatment plants, and it also helps in to reduce the carbon emission about 32 kiloton per annually and per annum, which is annually. It is the largest world's largest floating solar in is located in the Singapore. Next one, Babar Azman Azam Babar Azam became the fastest batsman to notch up 14 ODI centuries in terms of inning. Here, the Babar Azam is a Pakistan captain. He he has done a century against the England team, and he becomes the fastest batsman to do 14 centuries in the ODI. ODI, and he also surpassed the Hashim Amla and the Virat Kohli and David Warner, where Babar Azam done his 14th century in his 81st ODI innings itself, where the Hashim Amla done his in 84th innings, and the David Warner done in 98th innings, and whereas the Virat Kohli done his 14th ODI century in his 103rd innings. And the as of now, this Babar Azam became the fastest batsman to do 14 ODI centuries in innings. Next one, Reserve Bank of India projected India's GDP growth at 10.5 percentage as of financial year 22 FY22. Here, the Reserve Bank of India is a central bank which is a regulatory body under the Ministry of Finance, and it is also responsible to supply the Indian rupee, and also it is responsible and the regulation of the Indian banking system. Whereas the governor of Reserve Bank of India is Shaktikant Das, and which is headquartered at Mumbai. Previously, if we see the GDP growths which are given by the different sources, Fitch given plus 10 percentage, and it is reduced from 12.8 percentage previously it is given, and S&P given 9.5 percentage, it is also reduced from 11 percentage. Whereas the RBI Governor Shaktikant Das declared that there is no need to change in the growth in GDP as of now. So he remains same GDP as 10.5 as the year for financial year 22. Thank you everyone. Stay safe, stay strong.